today. So we just witnessed an absolute thriller of a final of the Indian Super League between, of course, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. Now, of course, most people were expecting this to be a rather close-fought match for two reasons. One, Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC are two of the top clubs in Indian football. One, of course, an old giant, one a rather relatively newer side who have in fact taken Indian football by storm. And what's more, both of them made it through to the finals, having won a penalty shootout in their respective semi-finals. So this was always going to be a tough match, and perhaps to the surprise of no one really, it ended up going to a penalty shootout in the final as well. And that's what made the match so thrilling. But even beyond that, if you look at it, very much end-to-end action from both teams. What's more, both of them arguably had plenty of chances to kill the match off before it actually even made it as far as a penalty shootout. If you go over the scoreline before, of course, it went to a shootout, you'd realize that, you had a brace from Dimitri Petratos, who, of course, has been Mohun Bagan's top goal scorer this year. He gave them the lead in the 14th minute through a penalty, but then Bengaluru FC equalized just at the stroke of halftime, courtesy of a penalty from Sunil Chhetri. Going into the second half, though, they took the lead, of course, Bengaluru that is, courtesy of Mohun Bagan old boy Roy Krishna. But the game wasn't quite done yet at that point because another penalty was awarded to Mohun Bagan. Petratos steps up again, converts from the spot, ice cold, takes the match to extra time, wherein there were maybe a couple of good chances really which fell to both sides. You had one from Roy Krishna in the second half of extra time, and you had one from Manveer Singh, who was actually teed up rather nicely by Petratos. He ended up, delivering a beauty of a cross into the ball. Manveer, unfortunately, open header. I don't think he was very confident with the header. He ended up heading it wide, and it was a rather tame effort. So went to penalties, and after that, well, you know how penalties are. They can be a bit of a lottery, and it really is all about who holds their nerve more. It was Bengaluru FC who stepped up first. You had Alan Costa, took his penalty, bang, clean as you like, in. Petratos, who had scored 2 penalties in this match so far, stepped up, took a third penalty, converted that as well. Roy Krishna steps up for Bengaluru, then 2-1. Listen Colasso, again, cool as you like, 2-2 at that point. The key was when Bruno Ramirez stepped up and he ended up having his efforts saved by Vishal Kait. Now, Kait was something of a hero for Mohun Bagan in the semi as well. His performance was key why they actually ended up winning the shootout, and it would prove to be decisive here as well, because once Bruno Ramirez missed, Mohun Bagan knew that the match was very much in their hand. You had Kian Nasiri step up after that, cool as a cucumber, ended up slotting his penalty home. Sunil Chhetri was the 4th penalty taker for Bengaluru. I kind of understand the logic, but backfired on them once Bruno Ramirez went. Chhetri scored his penalty, but Singh then took his penalty, and it was 4-3 in advantage of Bengaluru. Bengaluru in advantage of Mohun Bagan. Bengaluru knew that they couldn't possibly actually end up missing the next penalty, yet Pablo Perez steps up, skies it well over the bar. That's all she wrote for Bengaluru, and Mohun Bagan are champions. Now, rather interestingly, I saw a graphic on the screen. They were saying that Mohun Bagan, or ATK Mohun Bagan to give them their full official name, are first-time champions of the ISL, which clearly shows that they're not really counting the titles that ATK won, because ATK had won, I think, 2 or 3 of them. But Mohun Bagan, first time ever, they are ISL champions, the grand old club of Indian football, now atop the league, which is, of course, now the top league for Indian football. And you couldn't say it wasn't well deserved. Juan Fernando ended up doing a really good job with them, despite probably having a bit of an underwhelming time in his last managerial job in India, which is, of course, with FC Goa. But he's done wonders with this Mohun Bagan side. They look the real deal. And, of course, if you're a fan of the Mariners, good day for you guys. Go out there and celebrate. That was our, of course, breaking news update on the ISL final. And if you're just joining us, Mohun Bagan have been crowned champions of India. Thank you guys so much for joining us in this video. We'll be back for more updates. But if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to like the video, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget to download the AajTak app as well. Also, don't forget to check out some other videos that we may have done through, of course, the day. For now, though, from my side, bye-bye.